I'm live. Grateful day. Welcome to the 43rd episode of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with your host, Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. All right. I empower former and transitioning professionals and entrepreneurs navigating the complex balances of life, commitments, and growth, guiding them to conquer overwhelm and with unwavering integrity, authenticity, and perseverance, all anchored in faith. Here's today's t-shirt. All right, so today's t-shirt, as you can see, says diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. So diversity, simply the differences between people. Equity is being fair and objective. Inclusion, meaning simply just being included. And belonging, which is just fitting into a just specified, place or environment for the most part. So I chose to wear this shirt because it's part of a corporate and entrepreneurial business. All these things are involved within it. So today's episode, we will talk about one of my speaking services, okay, within my actual business, which is called Jenée Hudson Enterprise, LLC. And this episode is, it's also known as Jenée Speaks. So it's corporate and business is what this is called. Entrepreneurial business. All right. So today we're taking a deeper look just at how we can elevate, both our teams and people just in general, right? And business through engaging and purpose-driven strategies of this actual service that I offer through my business. Therefore, I'll be, giving you an example of what topic and or presentation I would speak about as to this particular service. All right. So whether you're a leader, a team member, or someone just striving for that personal and professional growth, this service is definitely designed to inspire action and to create a thriving workplace culture and just atmosphere altogether. Okay. So let's break down how this actual service can transform your corporate or business journey. Let's get started. So what do you get with the corporate and business for this actual speaking business of mine? Well, audience members will gain key leadership insights to just motivate their teams and people and drive success. All right. So I would also explore within this particular business how acting with faith can bring clarity and adaptability to the corporate business journey altogether, right? So, whether you're setting new goals for personal and professional growth, or simply just finding enhanced direction for your current role, these strategies are designed to help you thrive. I'm all about that, just allowing people to thrive. But that's not all, you guys, because we're also diving into the power of a positive mindset within this role, right? And how it can just simply foster a stress-free work culture. Who doesn't need that? I know I do, and wish I would have had it in the past, let me tell you. So, plus, you'll learn about accountability and building collaboration, which is very, very important, because mutual success is the name of the game. Let me tell you. All right. So this is perfect for just a range of situations, from orientation of new hires, to teams looking to just simply boost in motivation and knowledge, to leadership development, those different programs and things, and entrepreneurial businesses that want to simply just build a culture of success, right? Now, here's a brief actual example of my service that we're talking about today with Jenée Speaks, on a topic that I would actually speak on within like a corporate or business environment. All right, just so you can have an example. So this topic will be called The Power of Purpose-Driven Leadership, and simply elevating corporate success through accountability and collaboration. So I'm going to talk about something that lies at the very heart, you guys, of every thriving organization and or business, which is purpose-driven leadership. We're going to uncover like how leading with purpose, accountability, and collaboration can transform not only your team's performance or a person's performance, but also your entire company culture or your journey. All right. So let's be honest though, you guys, the corporate and business life can just feel like a race, right? Like you're always running, and unfortunately anxiety could be there and things. Deadlines are looming, KPIs are measured, and the pressure to just deliver results can feel so overwhelming, right? But here's what I've learned through my 20 plus years HR expertise. True, we do have like that sustained like success that comes from more than just hitting targets, right? Or delivering a solid quarterly report. It comes from having purpose. That's what it's really about, right? Having purpose. A purpose that not only guides you as like a leader, but inspires you to like your entire team, an individual, to actually operate at their very best, as well as yourself. You definitely want to do a good job when you're in this thinking, this mindset, right? So purpose, though, is more than just a buzzword, you guys. It like encompasses that direct, like different decisions that you might make, every action that you take, and every interaction that you take with another person, right? So when you, as an actual leader, there's a lot of leaders out there. I consider myself a leader, and I'm sure that you possibly are in your business or in this corporate, environment. But when you embody a clear sense of purpose, it's like your team or another individual isn't just following instructions. You know what I mean? They're not like taking directives from you and things like that. So they're not feeling. Some people feel less than when they have to like take direction and things like that, right? But instead, they're following an actual vision, which is very, very important to understand. All right. So, and with that actual vision comes a deeper just connection to the work that they do when they're going through this mode and having that mindset, and the impact that they make is just ultimately the success just for an overall organization altogether, or again, business. Very, very helpful. All right. But you guys, here's what will actually just kind of take this to the next level, and that is accountability. Man, so let me tell you. Now, I know for some people, you feel like when you hear the word accountability, it often comes with like a sense of anxiety, right? Trust me, I've been there and felt that. Felt that way big time when I hear like, oh, Jenée, you're accountable for this. Oh, anxiety just starts to kick in, right? Well, accountability, when framed correctly, though, it's it's not about just like positioning or pointing fingers and finding blame. No, it's about creating an environment of trust and ownership. That's the key of it all, right? So when every member of your actual team or person who's within your business that's helping you out feels accountable, not only to their actual task, but it also helps with each other. You know what I mean? So, honestly, and when you collaborate together like that, that's when the magic happens. That's when you start like rising above all that needs to be done, learned, and things like that. It's a huge and amazing feeling. So collaborate, very, very key. All right. Think about this. What would it look like? Just think about this. All right. What would it look like if every person came to work fully committed and doing their best? Like, not because they had to, though, but because they wanted to and they get to. How wonderful would that be, right? Imagine the energy, the motivation, and the drive that a person would have. I know that that would have helped me so much had I been able to have this amazing like mindset and authority and assistance from someone. You know what I mean? So accountability isn't just about that firm control. Remember that. Very, very important. I know some people feel like, well, I have the power, tell people what they got to do and things like that. No, no, no. It's not about that firm control. It's about empowering your people to take pride in their own roles. That's what matters, right? And knowing that their collaborations actually matter to you. Lots of people need this. So it's very important that you show them not only what they're doing wrong, but what they're doing right as well. It just really does help, right? Here's a tip, actually. It starts with you as the actual leader. How simple of a tip is that? Right? So speaking of leaders, by the way, leaders set the tone for accountability. Let me tell you. And, you know, when you show up with like that transparency, when you model actual responsibility as the leader, you know, when you own your own wins as well as your own setbacks, you give your actual team and or that person permission to do the same. Like, that's genius, right? No, just do it. Give them that permission, and it just comes by default because of how you've treated them, you know? And you know what? Here's the actual kicker, though. So when people feel empowered, you guys, and like accountable, they're more invested. Think about it. Like, that is no brainer. So when they're like more invested, their performance just naturally improves by you just allowing them to feel special. You know what I mean? So what happens? It's a win-win for you and for them. Again, no brainer, you guys. But accountability doesn't thrive in like isolation. So keep that in mind. It actually flourishes in a culture of just overall collaboration, which is very, very key to, you know, keep in mind in things. So let me ask you something else. Have you ever noticed that like how much more innovative and productive people become when they work together? Just think about that. I mean, really work together, right? Just simply sit back and just take that in and think about that for a minute. But understand that collaboration is just more than having like meetings or exchanging ideas with people. It's more than that, right? It's about fostering a culture where just every voice is heard, where different perspectives are valued, and where everyone is working toward a shared goal. That's what it's mainly about as well. So, when like teams collaborate effectively, we break down like processes, reduce communication, and create a space where just creative solutions can emerge, which is what we definitely want, right? So, you guys, during my 20 plus years of human resources expertise, I've seen firsthand how just like businesses transform when collaboration like becomes a core value. All right. And this was huge. Like I was able to witness how people were just not actually like working on their own task, but they were looking out for everyone, like, and each other's teamwork and their success. What is the power of teamwork? That happens when you collaborate and when you just speak to high regards about a person. Again, not for all the things they're not doing right. I mean, they're not for all the things they're doing wrong, but for the things they're actually doing right as well. People want to hear that. They don't want to just come into work or come into your business and like, okay, this is due, that's due, the bottom line is what matters. No. What matters is how you make the person feel. You're telling them, oh my gosh, you're doing a great job. You know what? Keep going. Those type of things. Very important. Collaborate more and just be real about it. That's going to be so helpful for that person and for you and your bottom line that most people like to think about, right? All right. So let me ask you this. How do you, as a leader, make this happen? Well, I've got like 3 tips for you to help you with this. All right. So hopefully you got some pen and paper. So first, start by clearly communicating the purpose of every project. All right. Every initiative and every goal. Because, when people understand not just what they're doing, but why they're actually doing it, you'll see a shift. You'll see a shift in you and in them. All right. And suddenly tasks aren't just tasks anymore. They're actually like stepping stones towards something bigger that's going to help everybody out, which is very, very key and very important, right? Plus, purpose-driven work leads to purpose-driven results. Keep that in mind for sure. All right? And secondly, hold yourself and others accountable for that actual purpose. This means having open and honest like conversations just about like expectations, progress, and actual results. All right. Just hold that person accountable. Very, very important as well. But in doing so, know that like accountability, it's about like, or should I say it's not about micromanaging. Please do not be that person. Do not be that micromanaging leader. Don't do it. It's not a good look at all. So instead of micromanaging, it's about fostering just that trust and creating a culture where like people can feel safe, right? In their actual mistakes, just celebrating their actual successes and consistently striving to improve. Very important. All right. And the third thing to this and step is to build collaboration into your daily operations. Very, very important as well. So simply just like make it easy for people to share ideas, exchanging feedback, and working together towards those common goals. Again, that's just going to assist yourself as well as that person to simply have that more positive mindset and just to help out each other again in that collaboration, right? So know this, the more that you encourage, collaborate, and the more that you just like show that improvement and creativity that you actually have or that another person has, the more that they'll feel just successful altogether. They'll feel like a purpose for themselves. Very, very important to, keep in mind. All right. So you guys, those are the actual keys that hopefully will be helpful to you. And it actually helps for a fast, just living in this fast paced like business world. They will help you to just thrive a lot better. So hopefully you'll go back, listen to those, watch those, and just proceed in a divine manner with those tips. All right. So as I've been speaking about in today's episode about purpose, accountability, and collaboration, know that these are all pillars of successful leadership and very, very important. All right. Because when you lead with purpose, when you foster accountability, and when you encourage collaboration, you create an environment where people are not just like surviving, but they're thriving. And we need that. I know I do, right? So they're motivated and they're more engaged versus just feeling like they're just coming to a job or they're working with you throughout your business and things like that. So all of these things matter and you're doing it together. So that is very lucrative and very, very important to have that feeling of togetherness. All right. So today, you guys, I like to give a challenge. So I challenge you as the leader of your business, in your business, in the corporate world, to take a moment to reflect on how you're leading. Okay. Think about that. So are you just showing people the purpose behind their work? Are you creating an actual environment where accountability is actually celebrated instead of being feared? Or are you fostering true collaboration where everybody and every voice matters? Think about those things. All right. Very, very important for yourself, like I said, as well as for another person. All right. Well, you know that we're coming to the end of this episode. But know that when you do these actual things that I've spoken about today, and you actually lead with purpose and accountability and collaboration, you're not just leading an actual team or an individual, you guys. You're building a legacy of success, which who doesn't want that, right? And it will actually last way and far beyond a quarter or a physical year. And I say that with quotes because you all know what I'm talking about. Very important. Very important. All right. So in conclusion of this show, thank you so much again for listening and watching me as usual. I appreciate you. But in conclusion, this is briefly one of my many presentations and or topics for this service, Jenée Speaks. And I know it will help to elevate your corporate and or your business journey. So get at me. You know how to get in touch with me. But if you don't, by all means, if you feel like you want to book something with me as to your journey, your business, or the corporate world, simply just DM me directly. Or you can go to my website at JeneeSpeaks.com. All right. And I'll just have a collaboration, since we're talking about collaborations, with you about everything and how I can assist you further. All right. So You guys, I also want to mention one more time, seeing as we've reached the end of this episode, please join my new Facebook group. Oh my gosh, you guys. I built a platform with an amazing young lady, Maisha Miles. It's called Empowered and Crowned, and it's a Facebook group, all right, where we uplift each other and share stories, you guys, of faith and resilience, all right? And it's simply just a space where you'll find encouragement and support from just like-minded women who are willing and just walking like boldly in their purpose. How important is that, right? Join the Facebook group. I'm telling you. Again, it's called Empowered and Crowned. All right? Cannot wait to welcome you into this group, you guys. I'm simply growing it right now, but can't wait to just elevate it and continue to move forward with it. So again, find it in the Facebook group, as well as I'm going to put it into this episode in the caption and everything, so you'll have it there. All right. So as always, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with Jenée. That's me, the Uplifter. It is so very much appreciated. I appreciate you all for continuing to come on and just see me thrive and do what I do. But don't forget to keep following for ongoing, just like inspiring content, all right? Do that for me. So keep the faith, and until next time, have a very blessed day and a very, very prosperous year on purpose. I'm Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. Later.